My name is Robert Scott. I'm the VP of Legal at Lattice. The prior process was roughly non-existent and required a lot of asynchronous Q&A. People didn't know what sort of resources, materials, and requirements they needed to provide to the various decision makers in order to make a procurement decision. And now that process is much simpler because everything's laid out ahead of time. I think one of the biggest problems with a lot of other procurement systems is that the stakeholder who's ever submitted the procurement request can't get status updates on a regular cadence. They don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So it seems like the procurement request has gone into a legal black hole or an IT black hole, and the only thing they can do, unless you have a very good ticketing system already, is to ask on Slack or email for a status update, which drives all those decision makers crazy, or everybody else that's working on the process crazy. I knew that we needed to go with something that we could implement quickly, that was going to be effective and operational, and would scale with us as we built out and grew a procurement team alongside the growth of a rapidly growing legal function, a rapidly growing IT and information security function. So we went with best-in-class solution. The best-in-class was Zip, and we've been very happy with it so far. And part of what I like about Zip is the user experience. It is very intuitive. It's intended to be very intuitive and easy to use. Anytime I want to look at the status of any procurement request, I can go into Zip and easily navigate to it and see where it is, who's commented on it, what's the status of the IT approval process, what's the status of the legal approval process, what's the status of the red lines, and what have you. The stakeholder can go view the status. They can ask a question. Hey, it seems like this has been in IT for 5 days. I haven't heard anything. What's going on? IT can respond right there. The greatest benefit that I get out of using the Zip platform is peace of mind. It's a centralized place, a simple place that I can access and see the status of every procurement ticket. I can see the status in IT approval process and the legal approval process. I can see whether or not legal has completed red line negotiation and where that ticket maybe, or the procurement process may be hung up. And I can see what the evaluation is looking like at any different point in time. And I can communicate that back to stakeholders. One of the things that's come up fairly quickly is that we're able to find efficiencies in areas that we didn't previously recognize. So using it for renewals, using workflows for special, based on different triggers and like dollar amount or use case or whichever department may be procuring a certain tool, we're able to create efficiencies beyond what our procurement process was before and beyond what a sort of more standardized procurement process would look like. Lattice is in this stage of hypergrowth. We're roughly doubling in employee headcount year over year, and that the systems that we choose to implement at this stage are going to be, it's incredibly important to us that we be able to scale over a period of time, and that means that we need to automate whatever we can. And so with Zip, and we've also selected many other tools that are compatible with Zip, Zip's integrated with, so we've automated every step of that process that I can imagine at this point can be automated.